You can add Paterson to the growing list of cities around the state now using the Arrive Together program, where certain 911 calls involving mental health issues are handled by police and mental health experts. The move announced today by the state attorney general comes 9 months after the fatal police shooting of Paterson violence intervention worker Najee Seabrooks, a more recent state takeover of the troubled police department, and years of cries from residents for a new approach to these crises. Melissa Rose Cooper reports.
The family wants to call the police, but then they're afraid what happens if, let's say, the person, I don't know, reaches for a broom or anything. And then the officers say, well, I felt threatened. So they just start firing off on the person. That's a very scary and real scenario.
Concerns community activist Corey Teague says many residents here in Paterson share when it comes to how mental health crisis calls are handled in the city. Earlier this year, a family's call for help ended in the death of Najee Seabrooks following a standoff with police.
Najee Seabrooks was out here trying to bridge the gap between the police and the community. So when they saw that the police took him out, it really sent shockwaves through the community.
But Teague is hopeful a new initiative in the city will begin to turn things around. State Attorney General Matt Plotkin announcing the expansion of the Arrive Together program that will handle mental health and emotional distress calls.
We started in Cumberland County. We then expanded to municipal departments in Union County, and it is going tremendously well. We've now seen approximately 2,000 people helped by this program. And again, remember, these are the incidents and the calls and the interactions that are most likely to result in a bad outcome, whether that be an injury or an arrest. And we've seen none of that. No injuries to officers, no injuries to civilians, better mental health treatment for individuals who need it. And importantly, we're building trust with communities as we're doing this.
The program is designed to cater to the needs of each specific community.
In some places, Arrive is a co-responder model where law enforcement and mental health professionals are arriving at the scene together. In other cases, like in Paterson, it's a mental health-led solution. So when an individual encounters law enforcement in Paterson, a referral can be made to CBH care now, and the response will just be from the mental health professionals. There won't be a law enforcement component to it.
Arrive Together comes months after the Attorney General's takeover of the Paterson Police Department. But Mayor Andre Sayas says the city is continuing to work on its own program, known as Connect and Protect, which received a federal grant. Sayas says the initiative was in the works long before the takeover.
Because it was 2 years ago where I made this announcement that we recognize that police officers aren't always trained to deal with people who are emotionally disturbed. So that's why I looked at a best practice, which Bill Brereton had implemented in Los Angeles, invited him to Paterson, and made that announcement to let people know that we're really serious about a co-response, that it just can't fall on the shoulders of police officers. You have to have the professionals in the room that are trained. So mental health clinicians will be on the scene along with police officers in Paterson.
The mayor says the program is still in the planning stages and is expected to launch sometime next summer. There's no word yet how this will work with Arrive Together, but the Attorney General says he's open to a conversation. Meanwhile, Teague maintains it's a good first step.
If the community sees that the police are trying, the police department is really doing what they need to do in this particular regard, and they have the mental health professionals and they're doing what they need to do, then we as a community have to kind of meet them halfway, and let's see if we can do this together so that we can kind of turn the table, turn the chapter.
Arrive Together is expected to operate in all 21 counties of the states by the end of the year. For NJ Spotlight News, I'm Melissa Rose Cooper.